This case is a modification. We filed a motion to modify the terms of the original order, which was a final decree of divorce granted on September 26, 2017. We wish to modify child support, and we've found that there are substantial change of circumstances which would warrant that. I have a witness, and we are not asking for any non-disclosure, but we will be asking for an increase in child support. And I will present information that will allow the court to make a decision on how much that child support should be.
And are you also, I didn't look at the pleadings since I don't have access to them electronically. Is this also including a confirmation of arrears or?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Yeah, I'm gonna be confirming arrears, small amount of arrears in the amount of 268.46, and I'll be requesting that to be paid at $51 a month beginning July 1st, 2025. And court cost, we're requesting to be paid by the obligor in this case, Mr. Lopez.
Okay, and the prior order, we're talking about just child support. There was no medical support order, just for my.
No, I believe that the obligee will testify that insurance is currently provided privately by the Mr. Lopez.
Okay, and that's part of the divorce decree, and that you're requesting that continue.
Presume we would request that he be ordered to continue to carry health insurance. I need to take a look at the decree to make sure it's in there already, so I would be requesting the court to order that.
Okay, well, I assume I should or could, even if it's not in the decree, if you pled for it and he's on notice of it. Okay, anything further in the way of an opening, Ms. Thomas?
Just that the court take judicial notice of the court filings as far as services are concerned. And I would actually be, in my view, requesting child support in the amount of $1,000, $1,025.38, but we'll leave that to you to make that decision, Your Honor.
Okay, then I did take the time because you emailed them to me. Thank you very much. The executed citation on Mr. Andrew Christopher Lopez. I did see that where he was served with the pleading on April 16th at 11:36 a.m. It did have the proper district clerk's file mark on April 30th, 2025 at 2:33 p.m. and it was signed by a deputy. You also did give me a copy of the notice of court proceedings by virtual, and that does have the right date and time and Zoom ID on it. And you did send it, you have a certificate of service saying that you sent it to Mr. Lopez on May 6th. So he should be on notice of this, whether he appeared or filed an answer or not. You were made him aware of the setting for today. And I think you also sent me a pay record. We'll talk about that when that comes up during testimony, but I will take judicial notice of the documentation supporting the default on this matter, and that he was noticed in an abundance of caution in any case, whether legally you're required to or not. Okay, then we'll proceed with testimony. Ms. Thomas, you'll call your first witness.
At this time, I would like to call Miss Fernanda James.
Yes, ma'am. Hi, Miss Aguirre.
Miss James, would you state your full name for the record?
Yes, my name is Fernanda Miss Aguirre. I'm a child support officer.
Okay, and where are you employed?
At the Office of the Attorney General Child Support Division.
And you stated that your title is child support officer?
Correct.
And how long have you been a child support officer?
12 months and 2 days.
I see. Is it customary in your work as a child support officer to come across information related to the wages of non-custodial parents?
It is, yes, ma'am.
And have you done any research and came across such information in this case?
I have, yes, ma'am.
Okay, and could you tell the court what time frame the information you have covers?
Yes, so I found wages reported from 2022 through the first quarter of 2025.
Okay, do you have information for uh the year 2024?
I do, yes, ma'am.
Okay, do you have all 4 quarters of 2024?
I have all 4 quarters of 2024, yes, ma'am.
And do you have information for 2025?
The first quarter has been reported only. We still
Okay.
don't have information for the second quarter.
Okay. Could you share with the court the information that you have for the first quarter of 2025 and the fourth quarter of 2024 and the third quarter of 2024 and the second quarter of 2024?
Certainly, I can even, it's allowed, share my screen real quick.
Well, it would be
do-
better if you would just testify
Call it
to.
out? Okay, all right. So, no problem. Let me just cancel this.
What do you
So
have?
for-
Okay.
So for 2020, I'll start with 2023. Is that what you wanted me to do?
No. I said 20. What do you have for the first quarter of 2025?
I have, one sec. $14,710.14.
And what do you have for the fourth quarter of 2024?
I have $14,238.32.
And what do you have for the third quarter of 2024?
$14,591.59.
And what do you have for the second quarter of 2024?
$15,177.88.
And do you have the total of those 4 quarters?
Yes, I do. The total is $58,717.93.
And that would be 12 months worth of data, correct?
Correct.
And what would be the average for those 12 months?
It is $4,893.16.
Okay. Your Honor, let's see, that would be the average monthly amount that I would have established for my calculation. But for your information, just in case you need it, what amount do you have for the first quarter of 2024, ma'am?
For the first quarter in 24, $13,358.81.
Okay. Pass the witness.
Ms. Bubby, you're here representing yourself, acting as your own lawyer, even if you're not one. So you do have the right of cross-examination of any witnesses brought forward. Do you have any questions of Ms. Hymas on the issues she testified, which is the current wages of Mr. Lopez? Do you have any questions for Ms. Hymas?
No, ma'am. I wasn't aware of his earnings before, so this is all just kind of news to me.
Yeah. Okay, Ms. Hymas, let me ask you at least one question. All the quarters that the last 4 quarters reported that you testified to at first for this one past year, are they all at the same employer?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
And then you told me earlier that it goes all the way back to 2022, which I don't really want to hear the numbers, but starting with the 2022 wages that you found, is that with the same employer all the way through, or did that change somewhere along the line?
Same employer.
Okay, so it probably looks like, or based on what I just heard of the first quarter 2024 being a little bit lower than the last 4 quarters, 13,000 instead of 14,000. Is that what it looks like starting in 2022, or incremental increases without having to tell me details, just like you start at a certain position, you start at a certain pay, and then it kind of escalated.
That's pretty much how it goes
Okay.
based on what I'm looking at, yes.
There weren't highs
Since
and
that-
lows and ups and downs.
In 2023, the
Okay.
third quarter is slightly more than second and fourth even. So it
was that still-
increases and then it decreases a bit.
Okay, however, whether it's lower than the 14,000 that you just testified for the last 4 quarters in 2023?
Yes.
Less than the 14, okay.
Mhm.
So, yeah, it looks to be pretty steady, except somehow, you have no way of knowing the explanation of why it went from 15,000 to 14,000.
Correct. I wouldn't know.
Okay. Then I think that's all I have for you. Any further follow-up, Miss Thomas?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Then thank you, Ms. Hymas. You're excused. I know you have other duties.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Next witness, Ms. Thomas.
Next witness would be Bianca Pavia.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Would you state your full name for the record?
Yes, Bianca Limpavia.
And Ms. Pavia, you have 2 children,
I do.
and what are their names?
Full name are Elijah Renee Lopez and Aria Elise Lopez.
And what are their ages?
16 and almost 13.
Okay. And do you know whether Mr. Lopez has any additional children?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Okay. And are these children covered by health insurance?
Yes, they are.
Okay. What type of insurance is it?
They have medical insurance with Blue Cross Blue Shield and dental insurance with Delta Dental. Both are supplied through their father, Andrew.
So he has private insurance through his employer?
Yes, he does.
Okay. And you're currently receiving $784.02 as child support?
Yes,
And you've been receiving it since October the 1st, 2017?
that's correct.
Okay. Do you have any safety concerns or issues that would make you desire to not have your information disclosed to Mr. Lopez?
No, I don't have any safety concerns.
Okay. Do you believe that there has been a substantial change of circumstances since the divorce was granted back in September of 2017?
Yes, I do.
And you believe what would you say that the change might be?
I would have to say the fact that I'm the sole caregiver and the custodial arrangement has not been followed. In addition to that, the change of employer for himself and increasing wages from that time until now. So 8 years of inflation and just under the assumption that he's also making more.
So you're requesting the court to increase his wages to $1,000, $1,025 based on the earnings information that you've heard today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you would like that to take place immediately in the next month that child support is due?
Yes, ma'am.
And that would be July the 1st. I have no further questions for this witness at this time, Your Honor.
You wanna develop the evidence on the judgments or judgment?
Yes, Your Honor, I would like to submit for your information and to have admitted exhibit number, well, it can be exhibit number 1, I'm not sure. And that is a financial activity report that I had presented to the court through email?
And I think you did send it and I can't pull it up. You've seen it already.
It's the first one, the one that was earlier.
I understand, but you've seen it already, Ms. Bavia, the
Uh,
pay record that shows, you know, all the balances and all the payments and what he owes and doesn't owe.
I believe I was sent that along with the paperwork that he was initially served. I did review all of that.
Okay, this one might be updated by a few months
Okay.
if you got served in the past couple of months. I think this case was filed in March in any case, so you might have a couple extras. It goes through June 24th, 2025.
Okay.
Okay, I will admit the FINA, the pay record that the state submitted to the court, and I was gonna figure out, okay,
If I'm not mistaken, Your Honor, the report shows that there's a small arrears of $268.46.
that's correct. It's, I was looking for the last page. It is 19 pages worth of a pay record. and
Yes,
It's dated June 27th, and the last recorded balance, which would be as of yesterday, is that what you're asking for?
yes, Your Honor.
$268.46 is what you said, and that is
And I
supported.
would be
pay record.
requesting that that be paid at $51 a month.
Okay. Okay, any other testimony or evidence to present?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
So you heard that he might owe a few dollars, $268.46. Do you have any dispute with that, Ms. Bavia?
No, I don't.
I think they have copious records. Their computer works it pretty well. So he never paid you outside the pay record. You wouldn't be able or need to give him any credit for any direct payments directly to you for child support.
I did submit a form back when all of that happened. So all of that should be on file and that was taken into account.
How long ago was that?
Anything since then? No, I haven't received anything outside.
But how long ago did you do the paper that you sent to the state?
Maybe 2021, 2022, when I first found out that he had changed positions, and that's kind of what led to him having to report the new job.
Okay, the pay record to start with October 1, 2017, and I'll look for I assume they included in here, or he would still owe more. Let me see, I'm scrolling down. I'm into 21. I'm looking for something that looks outside the norm. And so far I haven't found it. In 2022, are you aware of any of that, Miss?
I'm taking a look to see if
Thomas?
I can find it.
Do you remember how much you reported?
No,
Mm,
it's been so long, I don't even remember.
Well,
I
this is
should-
your first court after the divorce. If he was given credit, it would have been through the system if you sent an affidavit, but I'm not
Okay.
finding it. I just see monthly payments.
I should be able to see if I have it.
It would have been more than 1,000 or anything like that, or do you have any idea?
I honestly do not even remember.
That long ago?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm seeing 784.02. And is that what I heard was the exact child support amount? Or not?
Pardon? Oh,
784.02 cents. What was the child support under the divorce? Did you tell me? I think you told me, and I'm not sure what it was. Well, it says amount due 784.02 on the pay record. So yeah, he was paying the exact amounts.
well,
So do you see?
I have an affidavit.
Oh, okay. I'm looking at a column that maybe it went from, where is it?
If you would look at, let's see.
I was looking at the wrong column. This is a brand new pay record that you just started with your new system, and today's the first time I'm looking at it.
The payments that she might be referring to would be in 2021.
2021.
And
Well, it has all the transaction amounts, so that's where I was not looking. Let's see, 2021. What's the amount that you think was plugged in?
Well, there looks like several, looks like there were several payments in the amount of $180 as,
Oh,
Miss,
and it came
Javier,
from,
were you receiving some payments in the amount of $180?
That sounds about right.
And maybe a couple ones that are different.
and I just saw $3,559.88 credit.
Okay, that's
14,
very close.
2022.
That's very close. I'm looking at 3478.
3478. On what date?
Um, it was received September 2021.
Who's that one? There's so many entries.
And it's, yes,
September 2021.
dated September 29th, 2021.
My pay record doesn't show any of that.
Mm-hmm.
What I see was that large payment, $3,559.88 in February of 2022. Oh, I don't understand why we wouldn't be looking at the same pay record, Ms. Thomas, but
Okay,
but that brought the arrears down from 9,700 to 6,100. And if he made any of
Uh,
the payments,
right. Let me take a look at the financial activity report with you. Let's see.
they're adding interest at some point, but I'm not finding any other large numbers, but he's still paying $784.02
Well, let's see.
down.
These 100 and they're having collections of $180 through 2021, and that's corresponding with the affidavit. His normal amount is $784. Those $180.93 are extra payments, and they correspond with the affidavit. Let's see. Let me take a look. I mean, I can present it to you if you'd like to see it. Well,
You know, y'all know your job and y'all plug everything in. If she says she reported a certain amount, I assume you did put it in there without bringing it to court. I don't see why you wouldn't do that. And then the balances keep coming down for several years. And somehow he doesn't know that much anymore. But I only see a 780 amount due, an amount applied versus transaction amount. Okay, again, I'm looking at this for the first time, so I think I'm getting the hang of it. But I don't really want to waste a lot of time on this. If y'all keep accurate records, then it shows he's paid off pretty much except for $286. So you're not disputing that, Miss Claudia?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
so are you satisfied that you received credit for all the payments that you received? Are you comfortable with that?
Yes, I know that since all of those things had kind of accumulated, that's been kind of an add-on amount. So the amount that I've been currently receiving is the regular 784 or whatever was initially put in the decree from September 2017, plus a little bit more each child support payment. So it does, I guess, sound about right that his balance for the arrears would be the 284 or whatever amount that you just mentioned.
Well, it does seem to be some extra payments very close to what she mailed in being made at the time she mailed it in. So I'm comfortable with her getting the allowed credits if she is.
Okay, let me just do one really quick thing because it looks like he's paying weekly for a while at 180. and 93 cents.
But I don't mind
94
sharing.
too. Okay, well, I don't know how to figure it out. Other than that, I'm pretty sure your computer didn't make any mistakes in calculations. If everything was inputted correctly, I didn't see that extra $3,000 payment. So the record does show, and there's no dispute that he owes. And I think I said it backwards a minute ago, but now it's, I'll correct myself, $268.46 per the pay record as of yesterday. Anything else on that, Ms. Thomas? I assume not. Well, I think we beat it.
Nothing.
Okay, then we're done with the pay record. Anything you think you weren't asked that I need to consider, Ms.?
I can ask one further question for
Sure.
the witness. Do you have any information on how much the premiums are for the health insurance that that the father provides for the children?
No, ma'am, I don't have any clue.
So we have no evidence on the cost of insurance, Your Honor, just for your information.
So you're not crediting him with anything in the
No,
calculation? 'Cause he's not
no,
here
Your
now.
Honor.
Yeah.
That was his choice for preparing the day and providing that information.
Well, I get that, but not, you never talked about how much it cost him, even in the old days, whether it was $50, $100, or 500. You have no idea, Miss Padilla?
Oh, me, no.
No.
I would like to add in that after the divorce, we've had pretty much zero communication. So unfortunately, we've just never had that relationship afterwards.
And you don't know why you didn't bother to come to court today?
No, ma'am. No idea.
Well, by not coming to court, there's a piece of information that's missing, so we could do an accurate calculation, which would benefit him for what the insurance is carrying. He would be entitled to credits for that and would bring the child support down a little bit, but
Mhm.
I have no idea. I can't just guess at numbers.
One more.
I do know that it was included, well, I'm not sure about the amount, but I do know that it was outlined in the original divorce decree from 2017 that he was to provide it. But again, I'm not positive whether the amount was on there. That was also through another employer.
If it were AG case with coming through my court or a 4D court, then we might in the orders have all that information in there, so the next court would be able to determine or use no less than what was in the last order. But divorce decrees don't normally have that information.
I see. Okay.
Ms. Thomas, I assume you reviewed it and you couldn't decipher any findings of how
I
much.
could not. Once in a while, we get customers come through that their premiums are not charged. They have no cost. So we never know.
This is Christopher Lopez. There is an email address that's sent out in the Zoom notices that people can send evidence to the courts and to the AG. You didn't receive anything from Mr. Lopez? Ms. Thomas regarding anything including insurance coverage?
No, not that I'm aware of, Your Honor.
I'm looking for any emails from him this past week, and I don't see anything with his name on it, or it's AG related info for court. And check my emails twice, the court's email. Okay, then I don't have the evidence to grant him credit. So if he gets wind of it and he wants to try to get that corrected, I assume the state can, and they have an administrative process where you can go to their office and maybe do it virtually, or you don't have to be there at the same time, or do it if you're on Zoom or whatever, or in the same room rather. And so you could fix it if he realizes that he didn't get any credit for any of the insurance he's paying. So it would reduce his child support by a little bit.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
again, without, that's what happens when you don't come to court, you lose your case. So with no evidence to provide or for me to consider, I can't give him just any credit. Okay, anything else for the record, Ms. Thomas, or for any further testimony and then any closing?
Nothing further past witness. I don't think there's anything else I left out that I'm aware of at this time. Oh, court cost for Andrew Lopez.
Just in your closing, if you want to address everything all together for me.
Okay. In my closing, I would, request that the court find, that the most current earnings, are $58,717.93, resulting in gross, resources of $4,893.16, which, guidelines for two children provide $1,025.38 as the increased amount of child support, and that support, we're requesting that that amount start being paid July 1st, 2025. And that the state attorney general take a judgment for arrears and child support for $268.46 due to substantial change of circumstances being increase in earnings since the last order, and we will request that arrearage be paid, the judgment be paid at $51 a month beginning on July the 1st, 2025. And we're taking that judgment as of 6/26/2025. And court cost paid by Andrew Lopez, the abogor.
And due in a year from today, is that the normal?
Doing a year from today, yes, Your Honor.
June 27th of 2026. Okay, anything else?
Nothing else unless I forgot it.
Well, you do put the findings of the monthly gross and the monthly adjusted net. What's that number for the adjusted net?
Monthly gross, $4,893.16. Net resources, $4,101.53. Child
Okay.
support, two children. In the case, no children, outside of the case, current child support calculates at 25% as $1,025.38.
Okay, do you know what he does for a living, Miss Pavia? What kind of work he's in?
The only thing that I know for sure is his place of employment, which is Amazon warehouse. I don't know what his actual position is there.
Okay, that's fair, but you do know he works for Amazon.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well, again, I'll caution you that I don't know how much he's paying for his insurance. It could be significant. Or it could be close to nothing. As far as for the children, I don't know if this is provided for free or not, or he has to pay for that. But if you get wind that that there's any numbers that are significant, you might try to do the right thing and go to the AG's office, see if we can resolve it.
Yes, ma'am.
It's his burden for not being here. If he wants credit, he'll need to ask for it. But I'm just telling you, he's entitled to that, but we just can't give it to him because he's not here. Okay, then having heard the evidence, I will grant the relief requested. Let me double check one thing. He was served in April. And so he's been on notice since April. Is there some reason we're not backdating this to May?
I hadn't, I was so busy getting it that I didn't consider that, Your Honor.
The law does allow me to backdate the start date for child support. Since he got put on notice that you were coming to court and you were asking for modification, I could go back to May 1st, although that's gonna put him in arrears a little bit to raise his child support backdated like that, but you're entitled to it. I don't want you to go away thinking we didn't do something for you that I do for everybody else. So did you want to backdate it or did you just want to go forward with July 1st, Ms. Pavia?
If it's, again, that's not something I was aware of, but if it's allowed, then yes, I would like to go ahead and request that.
Okay, then that's the only thing I'll change is that and plus you know, even if I gave him credit, I don't think you're gonna suffer if I remove 38 cents from your child support. He's probably entitled to a lot more credit than that, but I'm gonna set child support at $1,025 even, starting May 1st, 2025. He was served on April 16th, so that's allowed. And then did you say there's only one child? There's two children. I
Two
forgot.
children.
Two children. Did you calculate the step down, Ms.
Ugh,
Thomas? Or
I
you
did
have it already
not,
written?
but I can give you that. Let's
This
see.
would be real easy, just 20% of the adjusted amount.
It's $820.31.
I'm gonna do $820. So that the older one graduates, finishes high school, and is over 18, then it goes down to 820 for the remaining child. Until he does the same. And of course, if he makes more down the road before your kids turn 18, you can always come back. The state looks at this every 3 years to see if they need to bring it back, whether you ask for it or not. And they might bring it back if he comes in with insurance information. So that's on the child support amounts current. I will order him to continue providing the medical and dental insurance for the children. Anything not covered by insurance, you'll have a 50-50 obligation. If you're aware of it or not, it is in our order. It's probably standard provisions, probably in your divorce decree too, but if
Yes,
not, it
ma'am.
will be in this order, so you're aware of that. So modification and insurance, and then on the judgment, I will grant he owes $268.46 payable at, I'm just gonna round it to 50 a month starting July 1st. That'll catch him up. I will grant the court cost as billed and due by June 27, 2026. This is a non-order to modify and to confirm arrears. I think we covered everything, Ms. Thomas, or did I leave anything out?
I think you covered everything, Judge.
And no non-disclosure issues to be dealt with. Okay. So state's gonna draft this order, send it to you by email, anything coming in from the Texas Office of the Attorney General, that's considered that priority homework, so it's already noon here. So maybe, I don't know how quickly you're gonna do it, Ms. Thomas, but maybe Ms. Bobby, start looking and checking your emails after 5. And so if it's there, review it as soon as you can. If everything looks to be in order, you don't have any questions, sign it electronically. The quicker you sign it, the quicker I get it, so that we can put it in the file. If they don't hear from you by next Thursday, I asked them to submit an order on Friday without your signature, so I can review it and sign it myself if you're not gonna bother to sign it. I don't give it much time because I really need to get the orders in, and also that I'll review it for accuracy as well. There's a lot of language that'll be in there that we didn't talk about, but we hit the highlights on what the important parts, the money matters and the insurance and and the cost of uninsured expenses split between y'all. So do you have any questions at all, Ms. Pavia?
No, ma'am. I think that covers everything.
Okay, then again, default Mr. Lopez and render the order. So I'll be seeing the order no later in a week. So Ms. Pavia, if there's nothing further, all you need to do is exit the meeting. You're done with court today. Thank you for your patience and good luck to you. And maybe we'll see you again if there's another chance for any other modification.
Thank
Yes,
you very
ma'am.
much, Your Honor.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, ma'am. If you go ahead and leave the courtroom, ma'am, by clicking
Yes,
that meeting button, you're done. Ms. Pavia has exited the virtual courtroom. That'll conclude this hearing.